We're back, and we're back again with another top 10. Are you ready for this one?
Yeah. I'm very.
This is ranking the 10 greatest World Cup players ever. Now, this was filmed after Messi and Mbappe showing, so that might tilt the list a bit. But yeah, man, the top 10 greatest World Cup players ever were accounting for every single World Cup from the beginning of the World Cup till now. I'm not having this first century bias like most content creators do. This is greatest World Cup players ever. And obviously, this is probably the hardest. I think the only top 10 that I had on this is the greatest 10 players ever.
Yeah.
That would not hard. Anyways, yeah, I'm sure we both have our different criteria. My own criteria was just listing the 25 best World Cup players, in my opinion, and then shortening them,
shaking the table.
shortening them to the 10, right? So we're gonna have each of our own 5 honorable mentions before we even go to our top 10s. And our top 10 list might not be the same, obviously, because again we have different criteria. What is your criteria?
Okay, so it's gonna be it means to explain this here. So I wanted to get my list right because I didn't want to just go off vibes.
I don't go vibes.
Okay, yeah, I didn't want to just go off vibes. I wanted to get my list right. I wanted to see who at the end of the day gave more value to the World Cup and who did it. So I made a deep research. It took me about 2 hours to compile this. So
It took me about 10 minutes.
2 hours to compile this. I thoroughly went through everybody's individual campaigns to see who had more better campaigns, who had more frequent, performances and things like that, right? And I arrived at about 60 different players since 1930 to 2026 match day 1. So, and when I did that, I now try to recognize who among those 60 stood out, so like who performed for multiple World Cups and things like that, who had greater tournaments, who had greater impact, who had more more goals, maybe more GA, more impactful moments. And I was able to come up with 23 players. So with those 23 players, I arranged my top 10. I picked out my 10 best and arranged it. So I will list the players when I will list those players by short list in honorable mentions.
Anyways, without further ado, let's just get straight right into it. Mr. Honorable Mentions and short list and everything. Let's start with you.
Okay, so my honorable mentions, right? I had
mention the players that did not make the top 10.
Okay, I'm mentioning only the players that did not make the top 10.
Only.
Okay, fine. So I had Giuseppe Meazza. I had
all these fascist racist players, like why are they fascist Italy players pre-World War Mussolini.
Anyhow,
is that a bad one?
I had Silvio Fiola. I had Didi, the Brazilian Didi, please.
Baby oil.
I had Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. I had
a good player, actually.
Rivaldo. I had Cafu. I had Oliver Kahn. I had Miroslav Klose. I had Gigi Buffon. And the only Spanish player I had was David Villa. I had Thomas Muller. I had Mats Hummels. And I had Manuel Neuer. And among these, right, it was there were about 8 of them that almost made it into my top 10, almost made it into my number 10 spot. I was contesting for my number 10 spot. I had to pick only one of them. And this is my short list. I made it so that you must have won the World Cup before you entered into my top 23 for my 60 players. And except I made a particular one exception for that, and that was Karl-Heinz Rummenigge.
Not even Fontaine.
No, Fontaine. You have to have played more than one World Cup to enter my 23.
Yeah, I'll tax you for only playing one World
Cup. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge played 3 very good World Cups. Each of those World Cups had their own different special reasons why they were very good. And then he captained Germany to 2 straight World Cup finals, but lost.
Germany have the most World Cup finals. I feel like they've lost.
Yeah, they had the most World Cup finals.
Like Germany were always a guaranteed semi-final minimum.
Yeah.
Even in 2000s when they were not great, they made the semi-final in 2006 and they made the semi-final in 2010. They made the final in 2002.
And
They
they've
guarantee.
qualified for every single World Cup since they won it for the first time.
Brazil are the greatest World Cup team, right? But Germany are.
Germany, like every World Cup, you always say Germany. Even if they don't have any standout player, Germany.
Except the last two World Cups where like they finally embarrassed Germany, but like they just have a knack for doing well. And they probably have the most players in all-time World Cup lists. Probably. They have a lot of great World Cup teams. Anyways, my own honorable mentions are Griezmann. Griezmann is the honorable mention. Did he make your 23-man list?
No, he didn't.
That's terrible. That's awful. All these players you're listing, Griezmann had better World Cup careers than a lot of them.
No.
Rivaldo made my honorable mentions. Cruyff. One World Cup is why Cruyff doesn't go higher. One World Cup, that was incredible. Him and Just Fontaine, one World Cup. And the one player that really could have made the top 10 for me was Garrincha.
Garrincha did not make your top 10.
He didn't make my top 10.
I'll prove you why. I'll prove why that.
Garrincha did not make my top 10.
Follow the data and I'll prove why that's wrong.
Garrincha was the one player, because I have a rule and you see why he didn't make my top 10. But Garrincha was the one player that was this close to making my top 10. And probably if I made this another day, he might have been my top 10.
Okay. Alright, so
who's your 10th?
No, my 10th, number 10, and it's going to shock everybody. It's going to shock everybody, and I'm going to explain why. My number 10 is Zinedine Zidane. Zidane, I'm getting there. Zidane was in contention with about 7 other players for number 10.
So that was the one person that you were saying could have lost his title to.
Yes, and the reason why Zidane was there because his standout tournament was better than the rest among the people that were in contention. Standout tournament was better. Now, Zidane, right, Zidane had, 98, right? 98 World Cup, there was a standout World Cup. But it wasn't the outright best. 2002 World Cup, he played and they got grouped.
How much did he play in that World Cup?
Yeah, he didn't do an injury, he didn't, but he still played and he got grouped.
But yeah, I'm taxing players heavy for bad tournaments.
Now, 2006 World Cup, he was the golden ball in that World Cup. But it's 2006 golden ball, it wasn't like a crazy... Yeah, it wasn't like a crazy standout tournament like that. Now, we have players like, of course, they are very, very old. They are pre-World War. Miazza and Pioli. Now, and Piola.
Stop mentioning fascist.
Miazza and Piola, if they did what they did then today, they would remove a lot of some players from my top 10.
We have to tax.
But because we have to tax it, that's why they were in contention with Zidane. So they obviously did more than Zidane did. Because they are old, they were in contention and Zidane won. Player half Miroslav Klose. Miroslav Klose is just that.
Wait! Who's that make your top 10?
He did not make my top 10.
Now that is diabolically
bad. Did not have, it's not diabolically bad. When Klose
have a standout tournament.
Yes.
I actually agree with that.
Exactly.
But for someone to win the all-time top scorer of the World Cup, and not just one World Cup where a farm goes, then that has to count for something.
Other players, some of these other players are historic. More than standout.
You know that Klose's name is always going to be SC football system. Klose's name is always going to be SC football. Wait. Klose's name is SC football system.
Wait, there is very good,
right?
Yes, there is very good tournament. There is.
And they have good tournaments. That's
standout tournament.
I don't think you get any bad tournaments.
And there is historic tournaments. You get. These players, each of these players in my top 10 have historic tournaments.
I feel like you can make an exception
have standout tournaments
for the greatest scorer in the World Cup.
Yeah, but like this player. My problem is, I always say this: if you want to rank somebody, right? If you see somebody's ranking is bad, then you have to prove that the people above are unfairly put above, and I'm going to prove that no, they're not unfairly put above.
For me, Klose missing out is crazy.
Okay, is Klose that deserve the top 10 more than Zidane?
Why is it Klose or Zidane? For my number 10, I had Miroslav Klose.
Okay.
I understand everything you said about Closer, which is why for me he made number 10.
But Garrincha did not make your top 10.
So I made an exception to everything. All these people that did not make the Garrincha, Fontaine, Cruyff, Rivaldo, Griezmann, because Closer is all-time top scorer of the tournament, I give him that
You
exception.
cannot have two straight standout tournaments where you won the World Cup and one of them in which you carried a team to win the World Cup and then you see you have most of Closer above him. I can bet you you mention like 4 players that don't even deserve to be up to Garrincha's level in World Cup. You can't have two standout tournaments back to back.
You know what? I was actually looking at thinking my Garrincha chest, but
Now, you see why data is very important in this.
I was actually looking at my Garrincha chest as well. Again, it's my last honorable mention, so that's something like
have two straight standout tournaments. Actually, two straight standout tournaments while winning both.
Anyways, my number 10 is Closer. Incredible.
1962 World Cup was more than a standout. It was a historic tournament. So Closer. It's whenever you win World Cup,
Closer's name, one of those players is synonymous with the World Cup.
Yeah, it's a Closer.
So
it's just like he just wiggled his way, closer.
4 goals.
Yeah. Everyone doing that thing. Yeah, was like, okay, this guy scored some goals. And then 2014.
Also, one thing also is, again, similar to what I was saying about Germany earlier. Germany always made it far in this tournament.
Yeah.
It's not as if Closer was getting grouped. Like, he played in 98, 2002, 2000. Okay, he played in 98. 2002, 2006, 2010, 2014. 4 tournaments, 2 finals, 2 semi-finals. That's an incredible, and he was a big part of those German teams. Very big part of those German teams. And he was the only constant from that team that was just Ballack, Closer, and Kahn. And then he was still there up until the good generation that came after the Ozil Muller generation.
Still doesn't stack up to Garrincha. Anyway, so my number 9 was Lothar Matthäus.
We have to say number 9, so let's just get to about it. My number 9 was Matthäus.
I have Matthäus above Zidane because Matthäus was the first player to play 5 World Cup tournaments.
Which is unheard of, giving
5. And in almost all those World Cup tournaments, he had very good tournaments. Captain his team to win after
against somebody that will be mentioned soon.
Marked out Maradona in the final. Right? And he was just you can't have that many good tournaments while reaching final. He played in 86 final, played in 90 final. Right, he played, I think, quarter-final or semi-final of 94.
Yeah, like Germany. Again, before this last 2, please, the Kings. Germany were a guaranteed quarter or semi-final team in World Cups. So guaranteed.
So you might say, oh, why is he above Zidane? Well, Zidane had 2 national tournaments. Matthäus had, let's even say he had only 2 national tournaments. He had other very good tournaments. Why is Zidane had only 1 and he was grouped? So by that, he merits to be higher than Zidane. I'm sorry, he merits to be higher than Zidane. You can say, okay, Zidane's best tournament better than Matthäus' best tournament. Fine. But you can't have other, Matthäus had so many good tournaments.
Your number 8, let's go.
My number 8 is Franz Beckenbauer.
Ooh.
Franz Beckenbauer is one of those players that his name is also synonymous with football.
Yeah.
Because
for so many reasons.
Yeah. Beckenbauer played 3 World Cups. The first one was in 1966. It was so good, and Bobby Charlton was so good that both coaches coincidentally told each of those players to mark out the other players. So both of them were non-existent in the final of 1966 World Cup.
Really? Actually, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So Beckenbauer was to Mark Charlton.
Yeah.
Charlton was going to handle Beckenbauer.
So they had 0 effect. So he was both of them cancelled each other out. So that they had 0 effect in the final. 0.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. And then in 1970, Beckenbauer played, and then he was injured during the semi-final and had to play with a cast in extra time. Yeah. So he played with the cast.
Cold.
Yeah.
That's cold.
That was 1970.
That's so cold, man.
1970, yeah.
That's so cool.
And then
That's cool.
in 1980, 1974,
They won the
when he
World
won it and he was the captain. So like he had 2 standout tournaments, 1 very good tournament, while getting to the final, getting to the semi-final, getting to the final.
And then he coached. It doesn't count, right? But he coached them to victory.
Yeah, but doesn't count.
My number 8 is Zizou, the player I have been slandering so far.
Okay?
Zizou, after 2004, 2005, Zizou was out of the national team, retired. France was struggling. They struggled to qualify for the World Cup, and Zizou came back. And according to Henry, he said it was like God coming back.
Yeah.
And then he proceeded. See, at that point, nobody would have excused him if he actually had a bad tournament. He was 36. He went on to have one of the most iconic World Cup tournaments ever.
I'm down.
I didn't say best.
Okay,
iconic.
Okay.
Factoring age and everything, it is like if Messi turns out to have a good tournament this year.
This is
It's very iconic.
Anyway.
36, 39 is no difference.
Come on.
Anyways, Zizou was incredible in the World Cup.
Okay, it was like
very
Modric
incredible in the
in
World
it
Cup. Better. But yeah, very. Anyways, Modric, man, let's not do this. Why did Modric honorable mention as well? Very incredible in the World Cup, Zizou. Very incredible in the World Cup. 1998, he was very good as well. He got to the final and he scored the 2 goals, brace in the World Cup final that ended Brazil's hope of defending the World Cup crown. 2002 was obviously the blip, but that's why it goes down to 8 in my opinion. I taxed him for that bad tournament.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, right, how good was the 2006 tournament translating to other people that had 2 standout tournaments?
He had 2 standout tournaments. He had 2 standout tournaments.
Yeah, thinking about 2.
What's your point? I'm not mentioning Beckenbauer yet.
Beckenbauer's third world. Okay, you have not mentioned Beckenbauer.
I'm not mentioning Beckenbauer yet.
Fine.
What's your point?
Mateus.
Please go to your number 7.
Okay. Anyway.
You know, Bayern Mateus in the World Cup, he had higher highs. And for me, highs matter. I'm sorry. Highs matter.
You cannot do it for that long. 5 World Cups and 4 really.
9 is good. 9 is great World Cup player.
You
have 9 too, so I don't know your point.
Have 4
you have really I know you have
No. You cannot have 4 really good tournaments. You know, like Zidane had like a tournament like Maradona or something that can excuse.
No, obviously not.
Exactly. So like
he's 8. Like I don't know how big was he's 8.
Good and fine. So
9, 8.
Yeah, my number 7. I will never stop hounding you for this. My number 7 is Garrincha. You did not have Garrincha in your top 10. That is blasphemy, man.
I can't argue this, right? But I made a law. And looking at the way this is shaping up to be, I think Garrincha and Closer is the only player that we're probably going to have difference. Not in ranking, but like in inclusion in the top 10.
What was the law?
Closer has to make my top 10.
That was the law.
That's my law.
Of all the players, Garrincha you chose.
You have to. Somebody has to sacrifice.
Well, I have explained why that.
Yeah, Garrincha again. Incredible player.
No, incredible player. When you say that,
good dude, like he's a very good dude.
He's not a good dude. Garrincha was a good dude. The example of dribbling to Maradona came. Yeah. And Maradona surpassed him anything. They were on the same level. Garrincha was on the same level with any dribbler in
Ronaldo level.
Maradona, Messi, Garrincha, Ronaldinho, and Neymar. They are on the same level.
But the Brazilian boys are below the Argentine boys.
Yeah, fine. Good and fine.
My number 7 is Beckenbauer. We've spoken about him a lot. Beckenbauer was incredible. I had him above Zizou, above Mateus, and above Klose as the 7th best World Cup player. And the only reason why he doesn't rank as the greatest German player in the World Cup history was because attackers hype, and attackers are ultimately better football players than defenders. So your number 6 is who?
My number 6 is the highest German on my list, Gerd Müller.
We have the same number 6, so let's get to it.
Gerd Müller.
I put wait, so you put Gerd 2 places above Beckenbauer?
Yeah.
Ew! I was conflicted between both of them, right? But ultimately scoring 11 goals in one World Cup or 10 goals in one World Cup.
Not 10 in one World Cup.
That's incredible.
That's a historic, like a crazy
And they got to
historic,
the final.
like a crazy
semi-final,
final.
right?
And Gerd had the record of most World Cup goals till 2006.
R9, yeah.
2006. I don't know, like since 1974.
His
2006.
record still test
Yes.
up.
So yeah, he's the greatest German. He's the greatest
He
German.
is the greatest German. He is the greatest German.
I just have to put Garrincha over Beckenbauer because of what Garrincha did.
And attackers are better than defenders also.
Stop it.
Attackers are better than defenders. Like this now.
Who's your numbers? Your number 6 get Muller.
Yeah, man, was this more so
Yeah.
you got to be assist.
Yeah,
Now top 5.
14 goals. Wait, just last week, he has 14 goals in 13 games.
14 goals in 13 games, man. How many does Kelly have?
Stop it. So number 5.
So your number 5 is who?
My number 5. Now we get to the heavy.
Oh, I swear, top 5. So wait. I think we have the same top 5, just different arrangements, right? So ultimately, there are 5 players that, in my opinion, are in the upper echelon of World Cups. And for me, my own 5th player only got there recently. Who is your number 5?
My number 5 is a player with 14 goals and 2 assists in 15 World Cup games.
Kieran! Oh my days, man! Oh my days, man! There's just no way. There's just no freaking way, man. Mbappe in 5th. Mbappe is the best World Cup player of his generation.
Yeah.
No question asked. And for me, that generation includes a certain Messi and our generation.
Calm down.
Because
No.
Messi is my number 5.
Wait.
And Messi only surpassed Gerd and Beckenbauer on this list 2 days ago. Or yesterday, depending on.
Now,
you see this.
Lionel Messi. I have Messi my number 4.
Stop calling Lionel Messi. You're not American. It's Leo.
Lionel Messi Messi, as of normally I have Mbappe over Messi.
He's still over Messi until 2 days ago.
Until 2 days ago.
I'll
tell you why.
Group stage game happened.
I'll tell you why.
I think in the World Cup final.
Messi, we're having the greatest players, right? In World Cup.
Yes.
Messi is the joint highest goal scorer in the history of World Cup.
Only became that because he
16
started Baku.
Right? And then the joint highest assist in the history of World Cup. It's 8 assists alongside Maradona.
So why is he number 1?
Something.
Why is he number 1?
So number 1 because his iconic World Cups are not as good as the iconic World Cup of the world guys above them.
Anyways,
right? So like, and then you could like all people were saying, oh, Messi had 2 disappointing World Cups, which is arguable, but okay, yeah, fine. Messi has 2 disappointing World Cups. Yeah, but then he has made it up with this new World Cup that is happening.
Like I said earlier, I'm taxing players. I'm taxing players for disappointing World Cup. Mbappe has not had any disappointing World Cup so far.
Good. No, fine. But I'm sorry.
Messi has 2 iconic World Cups.
Messi has 16 goals, 8 assists.
Iconic World Cups.
16 goals, 8 assists. Mbappe has 40 games, 2 assists.
There's something that's single. How many games has he played in the World Cup?
Again, greater.
How many games has he played in the World Cup?
At this moment,
I'm not getting that game.
At this moment in time, maybe I don't know this World Cup will be different. At this moment in time, who is greater?
Mbappe.
Messi and Mbappe.
Mbappe.
Fine. Let me guess. You have Mbappe in your number 4.
Yeah, you're number 4. Who's your number 4?
Yeah, it's Messi now.
Okay, I thought you had gone down.
Now, number 3. My number 3.
I can't believe he has Messi. Like seriously, I cannot believe he has Messi above Mbappe. I can't.
My number 3 is the god of Argentina, El Diego Armando Maradona. Hey, voila, that's my number 3. Yeah, that's my number 3.
That is even more blasphemous.
How? Who's your number 3? Who's your number 3?
Even more blasphemous than everything.
Who's your number 3? And I'll prove it. Who's your number 3?
This is even more blasphemous.
Who's your number 3?
Than everything you said so far.
Who's your number 3?
R9.
R9 is your number 3. I'll prove to you why R9 is better World Cup player than Maradona now.
More World Cups.
I'm not counting 1994 World Cup.
I'm counting it.
I'm not. Fine.
I think my R9 glazes it.
No.
Wait, I have to glaze R9 because you're always comparing with someone that are better than him. I have to glaze R9 first.
Okay.
This is my favorite footballer ever. My favorite footballer ever. At his peak. At his peak.
I don't know World Cup here. Top.
At his peak. Even in the World Cup at his peak. 1998, 2002. This guy struck the fear of God into defenders, man. Like, genuinely, there was no one like him. World Cup time was R9 time. World Cup time was R9 time. And it was just the R9 show. 1998, we know why they poisoned him, allegedly. And 2002, after not playing football for basically 3 years, came back with the comeback story of the World Cup and had, bro, like, that was like this, like, I'm just imagining that kind of thing happens today.
Yeah.
The best player in the world. Like, okay. So let's just imagine Mbappe's 2018 World Cup did not happen. Right? Mbappe now has that 2022 World Cup. Right? I read of like 22. Similar ages now.
Fine.
Similar ages, right? Because I'm now like 26.
Yeah.
And then he didn't win in the final. Instead of the Attic in the final, he got poisoned allegedly. Lost. Then got injured the following season and basically did not play football for like 3 years. Came back like a few months before the World Cup. Was iffy because he's not playing football in 3 years, right? Enters the World Cup with the comeback story and everything, the storyline, and delivers the trophy. Scoring 8 goals, 2 in the final.
Yeah, counts. Right.
Top tier footballer.
Now, I have R9 above Maradona. I'll tell you why. Now, R9 had 2 standout tournaments.
That's crazy, man.
Right?
Yeah.
You could even say historic. Now,
Yeah.
R9.
2 historic. 2 borderline historic tournaments.
Yeah. So, 98 World Cup
was incredible. Golden ball, you know.
Crazy World Cup. And 2002 World Cup. Liverpool was golden ball, but
yeah.
So now, Ronaldo did that. And some might say his 2006 World Cup was underwhelming. But mind you, he scored 3 goals.
3 goals in that World Cup, actually.
He scored 3 goals. So now, in his underwhelming World Cup, he scored 3 goals. Right?
He only played 3 World Cups. And he became the all-time top scorer of the tournament.
And he became all-time top scorer of the tournament. Now, Maradona, right? Yes, he had the most historic tournament of all.
Not just most historic.
We'll get to when you're glazing
the best World Cup tournament.
The most historic. He has
the greatest, the best.
Yeah, good and fine. He had that. He had 1990. Yeah, 1990 was good, but it wasn't a standard tournament.
No, it wasn't.
Exactly.
But then he got to the final.
Exactly.
That was the cup.
That's just one. Like one.
1990 was a good tournament, though.
It was not a standout tournament.
Not a standard, but it was good.
And then had 2 standouts.
It was not bad.
And then had 2.
The 1990 tournament was bad.
Eh?
The 1990 tournament was bad. It wasn't bad.
I said standout. I said there is very good. They stand out. They historic.
It was a very good tournament.
Yeah, but it wasn't a standout tournament.
At that point, they're taking a lesser role, deeper role, leading the team.
Should we delete Maradona's 1994 record?
Yes, that was not count. That was not count. To me, it didn't happen.
Let's delete.
To me, it didn't happen.
Let's delete.
And 82 was good.
Now, 82 was good
for a youngster.
Right? R9's legs were already finished in 2006, and he scored 3 goals. So I'll leave it to you to decide to compare 82 and 2006. I personally picked 2006, but it's arguable. I can pick 82. But I just can't overlook the fact that you have 2 standout tournaments, reaching the final, and then winning one.
That's why he's third.
And winning the golden ball in the other one.
That's why he's third.
I just feel like, at the end of the day, given all that, he's higher than Maradona for me.
That's why he's third for me.
Yeah. So you can't just rely on just one.
That's why he's third for me.
And another person will have 2 standout, not 2 very good, 2 standout tournaments, and so I ranked him above. So who's your number 2?
Who's your number 2?
I said my number 2 is R9 now. Who's your number 2? My number 3 is Maradona. Who's R9? Who's your number 2? I'm going to walk out of this place now. Who's your number 2?
My number 2
not justified.
is the greatest football player ever.
Ooh,
Pele.
Now, I'm about to walk out of this place because there's no justification for anybody to be on the level of Pele in World Cup. Because World Cup is more
highs.
Highs.
Highs. Yes, man.
Is it highs?
Maradona had the highest high in
Highs.
the World Cup.
Pele had 12 goals.
Yes, incredible.
Assists.
Bro, he's number. You're making it sound like I'm putting guys at number 10 or something. You're making it sound like I'm putting guys at number 10.
Stop it.
You're making it sound like I'm putting.
This is disrespectful.
You're making it sound like
for any player to be on the level of Pele in World Cup. Because World Cup is named after Pele. Pele is named after World Cup. Fact.
he is and was a good dude.
Good dude. Let's be serious here.
I'm serious here.
Can't call highs because Pele had two very high highs.
See, Maradona 86.
Pele's two World Cups. Pele is the only one.
Maradona 86.
The person I used to kill what I want to say is that Pele is the only player. Pele is the only player to win 3 World Cups.
That
already casts anybody out.
That's incredible, man.
You now add it up with having 2 of the most historic. Pele's 2002 World Cups I can beat my chest 100% top 7, if not top 5. No. Pele's 2 World Cups are top 5 World Cups of all time.
Whoa!
Yes.
Whoa!
Mbappe's cars now.
Mbappe's
World Cup.
Yes!
Guy, 70 Pele. Stop it. The player 70 Pele. Number one, the games that they are playing now, and woman games they played them. But they scored 12 goals, 6 assists. This guy was as a 17-year-old. 17-year-old. Who are going to have 19 footballer? He was an incredible footballer. They were carrying him like he fainted at the final whistle. They were carrying like he's the goal of Brazil. He was an incredible footballer.
What did I say before? I said he's the greatest footballer.
Because of the World Cup. Because of World Cup, Pele is who he is today. The man that paused Nigerian Civil War for 24 hours. You heard of the story?
I've not heard anything.
No. Pele did his tour in Nigeria. So the one day he was in Nigeria, there was an agreement between Biafra and Nigerian federal government.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So they stopped the war for 1 day.
That's Pele.
Yeah. Pele, everything that we know about Pele's brand itself was because of World Cup. He is undoubtedly this list.
17
Stop it. Maradona have one crazy tour. The main reason there was a Pele Maradona debate in the 20th century was because of the World Cups. People judge Maradona's 1 World Cup to stack up to Pele's 3 World Cups for a reason. Because what Maradona did in 86,
Maradona
was does not clear any of Pele's World Cup. It does not.
It's better. It's the best World Cup I've captained ever.
Yeah, but it does not clear it. It's not like there's no distance between it. It's the best. Simple.
Maradona's is the undisputed best World Cup. It's the undisputed best World Cup. From number 2 to number 5, it's
Pele's 1970 was the best. Pele's 1958 was the best player.
Jairzinho better than him that World Cup, Shabaku.
There's no one better than him.
Jairzinho
maybe. Kind of like
Rivellino, he was like on that par with
Stop it. Scored in the final.
He was on par with Rivellino.
He scored the semi-final or what? Scored in the final, scored in the semi-final. Jairzinho didn't even score in the final.
Jairzinho scored in every game in the World Cup.
Oh yeah, that's true. So you know the funny thing about Pele, right? Pele at that point was already like in contention with the Brazilian media and everything. Kind of like what they were saying was that he's too old, Pele is finished, and he had to come back and I think he was after the World Cup that he retired and came back. But he forced himself into the squad and said, no, this team I squad, I'm going to prove it. Because of what happened in 1962. So 1962 he was not there and Brazil still won. 1960 was not there, Pele is already gone, and his standards was already deeping in club level too, already rested. So 1970 was more of his World Cup than 1958. So 1970 was Pele's most iconic World Cup. 1958. 1970 was, I can bet you that in Pele's mind, 1970 was World Cup he cherishes the most. Because that was his World Cup more than anything. He was the one that was shoulder the pressure and he delivered. Unlike 1958, that there was no pressure on him and he had to come and showcase to the world. So like you can't have two of the best World Cup tournaments of all time while winning it, and then you have somebody else that only won one, and then you also were part of the squad that won. You thought, I'm sorry, man. There's no debate. There's zero debate between Maradona and Pele.
Pele is the greatest football player ever.
Pele is the greatest World Cup player ever. Don't try to do any good deed here.
He was a very again. Second is really.
It's not second.
Second is
There is
really
no debate in this. Pele is the best player.
Maradona.
You cannot use one
1986.
for someone that has two.
Maradona's
Simple as.
1986.
Cannot use one for someone that has two. Simple as.
Don't call 1962.
Cannot use one for someone that has
Maradona's
two.
1986 World
Simple
Cup
as.
was peak, man.
Simple as.
That was just the peak form of a professional footballer.
Okay, it's kind of like Rooney. Would you say Ronaldo is a better Premier League player than Rooney?
Well, no, what?
Exactly. Exactly. Even if he had the best Premier League campaign ever, right? I'm sorry, that wraps it up, man. There's no debate here. It's just your fancy that you used to judge it.
There were two places that were
Objectively,
that were
there's no debate.
There were two places that were stamped in this video. Going to the video, my number 1 and my number 10. Other people were filling in between. My number 10.
I don't know be your greatest World Cup player of all time.
He's my greatest player, World Cup player.
I'm sorry, anybody that is not Pele there is just shitting himself.
Anyways, let us know what you think.